Oh, you like them? It's like President Maury. That's my Instagram name, official seal, and it has number 9 and UK in it. And then this one has my number 9 in it. So Barry, I think he has some, but he didn't wear them today. Dane Key has some. Dane's is really nice. He has like key, and then it's like an actual key. So hopefully one day he'll show you guys. But there's this brand called Trade. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I call it Trade Decal, and they did this for us. So yeah.
Is that like a nickname? President?
Yeah, President. Yeah,
okay.
President. I'm the leader. That's what I say it means. So.
Gotcha.
You design it yourself and then they produce it?
No, they just designed it. We didn't even know about it. It happened like a month ago. They like hit us up and was like, yeah, we're gonna make you guys some. And literally right before the game, we got them at the hotel. And we was like, oh, like these are nice. So we appreciate the guy for making it for us.
Dwayne, how much more mystery is there about this offense because you guys didn't have to put a full game worth of film on there?
That's a lot of mystery. That's for everybody else to see. You know, we gonna show a lot this Saturday versus South Carolina. They got a good defense, so we just ready to go out there and play and have fun.
You speak on South Carolina having a good defense. What have you seen from them in the film room so far?
They got a really good D-line, and they got some taller, longer DBs. So we just got to play up to our level, man. We know that they're a good team, and they beat us the past couple years, but we know that we're a better team, and we just got to go out there and show that.
Anything that was left to be desired as far as stuff you guys got to fine-tune this week from Saturday and going into this second game?
I feel like more so in the receiver room, we got to be more urgent, be better on the perimeter, blocking for the running back and blocking for each other, and just executing. That's it, man. Just keeping it simple, making the routine plays routine. That's all.
Seems like Brock was keeping the plays alive all game long.
Yeah.
His pocket presence was just there. What did you see from him, and what are you expecting from him going forward?
I expect him to slide sometimes. I'm tired of him taking all them hits, man. I went to the sideline. I was like, bro, can you please stop taking all those hits? If it's not third down, I'm gonna need you to go down because we're gonna need you at the end of the season, like I said. And man, I'm excited for him. He can extend plays with his leg, and he got a really good arm. So that's a really versatile quarterback, and I'm excited to play with him all season.
It's tough to go out there and be so hyped up to get a season started, and then you have all the delays in the game and the early. It's like
you have to stay mentally locked in, man. That's all it's about. And we were excited to play, so we know it could have been a 3-4 hour delay. We were gonna be ready, whatever, and the fans definitely helped us, like I said. So
yeah, what was your reaction to that? Just seeing 60,000 fans.
I walked
in the
out there and
stadium.
I did like one of these spins because I was just so surprised. I'm like, just everybody been out there, and that was my first game where it was packed. Ever in college, so I was excited, man. I really appreciate the fans for that.
you think things get elevated in another level with SEC play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. You know, when you're playing against some good teams, playing in the best conference, man, you gotta up your game. You know what I'm saying, every week. So you just gotta keep the mentality and just go out there and work.
What did you think of your game? What would you grade your performance last week?
My performance was all right, man. I'm not too high and I'm not too low about myself. I just kind of like to keep things, very neutral. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I go for 100 yards or 20 yards, I just like to keep things neutral and just go out there and execute. I always try to find small things I can work on within myself to help the team out. So I'm excited for this next week to just build on it.
Going back to Brock, was it obviously you probably knew this, but did he look a lot kind of more comfortable for a guy who hadn't started a game?
Yeah, he looked really comfortable, man. And it was crazy because the delay kind of was messing with our heads a little bit. The first drive we went out there, everybody was kind of just shocked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like once after that first and second drive started to go, and then we started to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So
there's been a lot of talk about the depth of this receiver room, and it really showed on Saturday. It kind of was a team effort by you guys. What does that say about this room, and what are you guys expecting from it as a whole?
It says that we got a lot of guys that can go out there and do whatever the coach asks us, and our coach pushes us every week. All of our coaches, and man, we just very versatile. We got guys that can do whatever. So
offensive line after the first 2.5 quarters.
We got a chance to be really good. We just got to keep on stacking days, just keep on producing, execution, and practice, and then it leads to the game.
They've got a couple of guys who really caused a lot of chaos, a lot of havoc in that first game. What's going through your all's mind knowing that challenge lies ahead?
We just know the front. Start over. The starting front is really good. They play really twitchy and really explosive, and their linebackers bring some pop. So we just gotta be able to do it in practice and play hard in practice, and then it'll translate to the game.
Coach Hamden talked about how important it is to, if they do scheme up stuff, to make sure you're not in one-on-one. So how important is communication to make sure that all those guys are accounted for?
Yeah, they do a lot of shifts and movements. Just communicating up front is huge for us, and also communicating to our back. is huge, and just making sure we're all on the same page. Once we're on the same page, we can execute at a high level.
What do you see from Brock this his first game in live action? Just what do you see from him? What do you think of his confidence out there?
Hey man, Brock going to work, and we're going to work with him. He do a great job. He continues to impress me every day, and just talking to him and being around him. And I just love the way he plays, and I love the way he lowers his shoulder.
How much easier does it make y'all's job when he's able to finish those plays with his legs, or just kind of his pocket presence, just in general?
Yeah, it definitely help us out. Slows down the rush. They got to account for his legs. So with Brock being amazing as he is, it helped us out tremendously in the running pass.
You tell him to slide ever so often.
Huh? Hey man, that man going to do what he wants. I be wanting him to slide. I'll try to tell him to slide, but he's going to do what he wants at the end of the day.
How much do you think people haven't seen from this offense? I mean, you've only played 2.5 quarters, so what more is there to see from this offense?
Everything. We just gotta keep on producing every day, and you're going to eventually see what's going on within the offense throughout the year.
So early league game that you guys are playing, week 2, you step right into it.
Yeah.
How does the intensity change, if at all?
For me, it helps. Just getting up and playing. Just at 3:30, we just get up. You don't really got time to think about, get the anxiety. So just get up and play, and just go out and ball out.
What about the interior guys? When you're playing a team that's got really good rushers on the edge, how does that affect you guys?
Well, yeah, their edge rushers did have a good game last week, but I think their inside's kind of underrated. It's a very experienced group. I think I've played those same guys like 4 years in a row. So they're all seniors, so those 2 starters in the middle. I think their backups are redshirt juniors and another junior. So it's a very experienced interior as well, and they do a lot of movement. So just being a cohesive unit, making sure we communicate and picking it all up, we'll have success on Saturday.
They're probably saying the same thing about you, right?
Yeah, probably.
What's the sort of balance between liking to know what you're going to go up against versus, okay, they've seen everything I can do. They can sort of figure out your game just from playing against you for so long.
Yeah, I think especially just in this league, guys get better every year, and they work on adding different tools to their arsenal. So you can't really go in and think you know a player year in and year out. What they're adding weight, they get faster, they get stronger, they add a new move. So hopefully I'm doing the same way. They see me on film this year, like, oh, he's a little better than he was last year.
What about, how did you think the communication was among the line? You mentioned 2 new starters, Jagger in a new spot. How do you think you guys did that way?
I think it was a good start. Obviously, there's stuff we can do better. I think getting the calls in faster, getting up on the ball, and really emphasizing that tempo is something we're going to continue to work on throughout this week in practice. And I think it was a good step in the right direction, but obviously stuff we can clean up.
Did you notice a significant change with the helmet communication in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really limits the ability for misinterpretation when you look at the sideline. There's all these different guys throwing up signs and signals. For the offensive line, like, we're able to get up on the ball. There's no waiting. As soon as Brock gets that call, he's able to relay it to us, and we're ready to go. So we don't have to huddle, but we also aren't trying to translate signs. So I think it really streamlines the communication to us with the coaching staff.
Obviously, Brock's not a true freshman, but that's the first time as a collegian he went into a game knowing he was going to be a starter. What did you think about how he just kind of had control of the offense and the way he kind of commanded that?
Yeah, I think he played with some serious poise, and I think he stood in the pocket on some that, like I said in the past, where it wasn't as clean as it should have been. Gave up a few too many pressures, but I mean, he stares down the barrel of a gun and he'll toss that ball. So that just gives us confidence that he's able to have good pocket presence even as a young guy. I think he played with a lot of poise, played with some confidence and leadership. It was really exciting to see out of him.
What does that do to y'all's confidence as an offensive line, just knowing that he has that good pocket presence, and then he can escape with his feet if he needs to?
Yeah, it's really confidence for our tackles. Like we always talk, the tackles set the width of the pocket, the interior sets the depth of it. So having a guy we know is confident to step up, those tackles they don't have to be so rigid in their pass where they know they can work it up the field and worry about the inside moves rather than getting beat up the field. So when we can do that, we have a quarterback who's confident to step up. It really helps our tackles a lot.
Are you recommending the slide moving forward?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. But I love to see him lower his shoulder and get some hits in on him. That's exciting for us. But yeah, maybe slide a few more times. Got a long season ahead.
Thanks, Eli.